Cloud answered you.
All right, all. Thank you very much for being here. We'll try to move this meeting along so we can get out as quickly as possible. I know we all have a lot of stuff to do on our plates today. So anyway, I'm just going to go down and John, it's called roll call. John.
Here.
Diana.
Here.
Cynthia.
Here.
Gwen.
Here.
Craig.
Here.
Okay, and I'm here, so we have quorum and everyone's here. So we'll go on to agenda item number 2, general public comment on non-agenda items. If anyone has anything, I don't believe we have anyone. We have no attendees, so if any of the panelists would like to say anything on non-agenda items.
Yeah, I think
Did I just see your hand?
Well, it was a discussion about revisiting the discussion about how to include the La Rambla area if we can. That's all.
I'm sorry, you got to cut out there for a second.
She was talking about having a discussion at a future meeting about ways to include the La Rambla area.
Thank you, Diane.
Yes.
I've cut my video.
Okay, so we can't have that discussion today, but that would be a future agenda item. She had
Okay,
brought
I
that
got
up
it.
last meeting, I
Got it
think.
listed here. Diana, your hand is up.
Yeah, I guess this is the place to say it. I went and looked at the map that the city clerk is using for our area. I think it's still wrong. And I sent it to Gwen and I sent it to you, Ray, to look at.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. Well, I saw that you had sent it.
Yeah, I think if it's still wrong, that the board just needs to, I don't think it takes any board action. We just need to send another letter pointing out that even though they told us they were making the changes, it hasn't been made and the election is coming up, but we need it to be accurate.
I'll actually try to put a call in today on top of that.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else? I don't see any other hands, so 2 follow-ups on under public comment. So we're going to go and review quickly the applicant for the open seat. Gwen, would you help us? There you go. Thank you so much. As you could see, we have Pastor Adam Stevenson, who has applied. You see his address there. His affiliation to this community or his association with this community is the Warren Chapel CME Church, which is right in the middle of a neighborhood that kind of surprised me when I was there for a debate, and it's a nice community church there.
Adjacent to Raina Park.
I'm sorry?
It's adjacent to Raina Park.
Right, yeah, absolutely. You could see his address, his photo ID is there for you to look at, but we looked at it, and I've looked at it. Diana, I believe you looked at it, and anyone else is there for you to examine it, but we're not going to publicize it publicly here at this point, but he does fit that. We get to see who he looks like and all. His community organization affiliation, Gwen, if you could take a look at that. There it is. Identifies the church. So you got that there. We can go back. And then we have his statement and identifies his affiliation, and he's also born and raised in San Pedro. So Diana, I think you've had some conversation with him. I don't know if you want to say anything on his.
It was a very brief conversation. The only one thing that I did get from the very brief conversation was that he had attended some of our board meetings,
Good, good.
So- knew what the neighborhood council was, and
And I would have to say that I was really pleased that his church took up the opportunity to be able to do a candidates forum between the two city council candidates for our district, and it was a good event.
Actually, Ray, let me just stop you because we really shouldn't be discussing merits or demerits of a candidate. That's not the purpose of this meeting. So that really should be said at the board meeting when you're actually talking about.
I'm just identifying his association, that's all.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, I'll be happy to take a motion and I believe we
So
can do-
moved.
I said,
Gwen moves. Let me hang on.
To approve
yeah,
this,
to find him eligible.
yes, that he's eligible.
Find him eligible.
Application is filled out, complete, and he is eligible.
And who seconded it? I'm
I
sorry.
did, Diana.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, no discussion.
Has,
So,
has the deadline, sorry, it has the deadline completely expired?
Yes,
yes.
there were no other candidates.
So with that said, I'll just I'll go down the list here. John, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Cynthia,
Yes.
Gwen,
Yes.
Diana,
Yes,
Craig,
Yes.
okay. And I vote yes also. So with that stated, it looks like that this passes. We'll move this on to the board and we'll make contact with him and give people the opportunity to talk to him and he can make a statement for himself. So Diana, your hand is up.
yeah, I just want to make sure that he has sent the Zoom link to the meeting
Right.
and that whatever is expected of him at the meeting is spelled out to him. Sometimes we've told candidates they have a minute to speak. Sometimes we've told them 2. Sometimes we've given questions in advance, whatever, you want to do, but make sure that's conveyed to the candidates so they know what to expect when they come.
Right. Okay. Craig?
Yeah, we've talked about it before, but we make sure that his name is on the agenda for the meeting, so the people coming into the meeting will know that who it is.
Got it.
And
Anything else?
nope.
Okay. Let me see. And I see Victor Christensen's hand
My
up.
name's spelled wrong.
This is,
And so is his name. His name's spelled wrong on his application. Hello? I'm at a meeting. Bye.
Yeah,
Um,
I noticed on the application it was Assam, but then later I think it's Adam. 2 things, should he get the panelist link or the panelist invitation or the link for the attendees and then we move them over?
I think in the past it's been attendees and then we move them over.
Okay. And the second thing is, because of the holiday tomorrow, I have already sent the agenda in to be posted without the name on it, but I will see if I can get it modified before it gets posted, so NC support doesn't get too upset with us.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that. Anything else? Anyone on
You
this?
may want to clarify how he wants his name spelled, since it does appear to have been two spellings, whether one was a typo or one is what he normally uses and the other's a legal one, I don't know.
Good
Okay,
point.
I was thinking the one that's on his ID is Adam, so that's probably the preferred one.
I'm just making a note.
As a reverend or a pastor, he might want that to be part of his
Mhm.
general.
Yeah, of his identity, yeah.
I'll ask him and I'll call off Christina from posting the agenda until we find out.
Great.
Great, thank you. Any other comments? Last minute for this agenda item? Okay, let's move on to agenda item number 4. Thank you all for getting through this one quick. Review election calendar. Diana, would you kind of want to go through that? I know we have, just to say, we have a presentation by city clerk's people on our meeting on Monday. So I guess we can also kind of hear what their intent, their thoughts are on any calendar needs.
I actually someone would need to show me the calendar because I don't have it in front of me. John, do you have that calendar handy?
The one that was sent to me, or,
Yeah, the elections chair. Yeah, you should have a calendar for the election.
yeah, let me, hold on. You guys, Vic, can you make me a co-host, and I'll put it up,
I can do
or
that.
Ray?
I'm going to end the screen share.
Gwen has to,
Oh,
yeah,
you know what? Hang on, I hit the wrong button here. Hang on, please.
it's
There you
that
go.
election timeline that was in that, there was a link in there to it.
There you go.
In my
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, there was a link in there. To the
Oh, okay, let me try to bring it up. Election timeline for each region. Okay, hold on.
Find our region and
Yeah, hold on. I'll work on that.
Yeah, I have it on my desktop.
Okay,
then John should bring it up.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me download this.
John says he's got it.
Oh, okay.
John,
Yeah,
you
I
wanna-
have it. I'm looking for it right here. It's on I got so many files on here.
Oh, so whoever gets it first.
Yep. Now what? Election and bylaws. Download. Here we go.
Did you
Thanks
get
for
it?
your patience.
You got
Okay.
it?
When do you have it, or John?
I'm almost there.
Okay.
Open it from the folder and then I will, let's see. It's juggling folders too. And almost there. It's a fairly long document, so we'll have to nudge through.
You just have to find the one that relates to our region. There's just one page.
Where is it? This is interesting.
Don't get waylaid looking at interesting things. Just
No, no,
find-
no, no, no. I'm trying to find out where it landed because I didn't see it. Okay, it is in the meeting. Okay. For some reason. I went to the meeting.
John, are you still looking too?
Yeah, I'm still looking here. I got
can
it
see it.
somewhere.
Mine.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna open it this, no, I can't share it from here. Okay. How odd. It's in the folder, but I can't see it. How odd.
Can we move on?
This is our last
Yeah, we
yeah.
can talk about it, or we could have a discussion or we're gonna sit here like, while everybody's looking for it and telling us how odd it is.
Dana, I mean, did you have any particular thought or question about it, or?
I found it. I've got it.
Okay, thank you.
And I will start sharing as soon as I close a few things down. I believe this is it. Am I sharing the right document?
No,
Yeah,
I see.
Nope.
No,
Hold on.
it's your
I got
file.
it. I got it. There we are.
Yeah.
So we are region 12
Right.
correct.
and yeah. And so let's see, let's scroll here. Here it is.
Oh,
Reduce it a little.
wow.
Can you see this?
Yeah. So candidate filing is happening very soon.
Yeah.
Super soon.
Wow.
Yes.
And what do we do? What's the outreach? Besides the newsletter, what other outreach is planned? Do you know? Is the outreach committee working on this?
Not that I know of, but I should bring it up then and let Chris know.
So our filing period's the 17th of January, is that correct?
That's what it says.
That's when it ends.
Yep. And that is really fast. It's over the holidays. It's a terrible time for outreach. I hope the committee is thinking really hard about how we do something about it.
John, tap me in about possible promotional materials.
Okay. I'll send an email to Chris here when we're done.
Did you already fund flyers or posters or anything like that? Was that approved, a certain amount?
There's a newsletter going out that's going to
Yeah.
be.
Right.
The newsletters, the newsletter is almost done. She's almost got it finished. And that'll go out, but that has that has all the election stuff on it. That's what it's mainly for.
But Gwen's right, we need some kind of flyers or posters.
And some digital promotional material. Diana, I even still have the files from so long ago, and we might be able to recycle that.
Why don't you call Chris and work with him on it?
Okay.
Because that committee is really supposed to do that, but if you've got all the stuff, that would be really helpful to them.
I might be able to, yeah, speed that up.
The other thing we've sometimes done during that filing period, whoops, what happened?
Uh,
Well, there it is. But the other thing we've sometimes done, we didn't do last time, is we've done a
Candidate forum?
candidate information session. Which is a time for people to come and learn about being a candidate. Now, I don't know if the city is doing some of those, or if it's up to us to do it.
I know the city, well, this has nothing, this may not have what you're asking for, but I know the city is, at least through Dunn and city clerk's office, they're trying to do their work a little bit more effectively and efficiently from the last time they were in charge. I don't know what that means or what that could look like, but they realized that there was some holes in it. And so we might be able to get some insight in and around that from
On Monday. I've written that down as a question and I'll send it to you, Ray, if we have any other questions that come up.
I
Okay.
have
I have a question.
If we decided we wanted to do one, I think it would need to be in, probably early January. So we probably need to start planning it pretty soon.
Cynthia, you have your hand up?
Yeah, I have a question. It said that the candidate statements had to be filed by the 17th of January, but then down here it says a candidate photo and statement deadline is February 2nd. So I'm confused.
You can file, I believe, without having actually submitted those things, and then you can add them later. That's what they allowed them to do, I think, last time.
Right, that's what they did.
The filing period ends, and then you're given that kind of a grace period to put those two things in.
But
They
you
gave,
should,
yeah, they gave them 2 weeks.
but I
do it.
believe to file, you have your driver's license and the rest of that.
Yeah.
Or
Right,
you know,
and then the
some
letter,
Sure,
the
I think-
photo and the letter was 2 weeks later, no later than 2 weeks.
Cynthia, any other comments?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't take my hand down.
But the release of the certified list of candidates has to be released on January 31st. So that's another important date that we'll have to publicize.
And vote by mail application period begins January 31st. Wow. So again, another thing to be.
When does it end?
By mail. Don't move it.
Here it is.
The 13th of March. Okay, there's time in there.
So it has to reach, if you do it by mail, it has to reach the office even before the voting date. And it doesn't go all the way up to the voting date.
Look at that. You're right. Looks like the ballot
Wow.
failed by the 20th.
Okay.
and Election day isn't until the 1st. That's interesting.
Wait, deadline to mail ballots. Okay, so that's the city clerk. This is the city clerk's duty as well.
Ah, that's the deadline for the city clerk to mail them out,
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
as
Is this-
opposed for them to be mailed back in.
And we remember what the drama was last time. They were literally driving around and going to people's houses.
Yeah.
Hope they've resolved all of that.
Now, we're doing it's a hybrid in-person and vote by mail. What did we opt for?
As I believe, it's going to be a hybrid.
Was that something we chose, or was that something that? was
I
just-
think this is what they're
What
they're
they're
gonna be doing.
Did we,
Okay.
That's what they're doing. It wasn't a choice.
Okay,
That mean, what's the hybrid? We go
We
in
do
and vote,
both.
or you,
You could go in and vote on the vote on that day. And they will have you'll get a ballot that you can mail in. Or, put in the box like we did.
it'd be just like the election we just had. That was a hybrid.
and the sites for dropping off the ballot and voting, John, was that over at,
You got Peck Park, you have the library.
they
And,
confirmed,
pardon?
they confirmed.
Yeah, the library, I think, and Peck Park. You can go into Peck Park and do it.
Okay, so they confirmed that they're going to have those spaces and that availability.
during their open hours, I assume too, because they keep the box inside.
Oh, that's gonna be
Pet Park
important.
is outside, so it's 24 hours at Pet Park.
But I thought it was locked last time and you had to wait till they unlocked it.
No,
No,
Okay.
the bin that's in front of Peck Park, that's for elections, as you know,
Okay,
our local election as well. But there is a deadline to get it in because they will walk out over and pick up those ballots on that
Right.
time.
yeah.
So perhaps promote the end of the ballot drop off.
Then the other thing to think about is whether or not we want to have a candidate forum, which we've always done, and if so, when, and someone needs to start organizing that. This stuff's gonna sneak up so fast.
Yeah, it sure is. Happy holidays.
So-
John, you're taking these notes. You're kind of in charge of this.
I am, okay.
Yeah, you are, John.
Okay,
Yeah, this is stuff that you gotta be, I mean, anyone who's running can't be doing this stuff. So that's why you had graciously volunteered to run.
Join our elections and bylaws. You're the outreach dude.
Um, if there's gonna be a candidate forum, it probably needs to be late February, early March. Needs to be after.
When was that? Late February.
It probably needs to be in March.
Okay.
And
So
And, and find out if this could also be kind of a hybrid thing, or they're gonna let it be in person. A lot of these things are changing right now, so.
can we ask, Pullman? Naomi?
Yeah,
Okay, because I know
But-
he's out of town, but I could talk to Renee. 'Cause I've
yeah,
been dealing with Naomi.
right, yeah. And she's a good source.
Okay,
okay, what I have written down, John, so that you know, if you're trying to catch up with the notes. So the question on Monday to the city clerk, will they help with the candidate information forum? And start thinking about our own candidate, organizing the candidate information forum. I'll be contacting Chris regarding promotional materials that I might be able to dig up. Promote the end of the ballot drop-off deadline, or all of those deadlines. And
If I can just interrupt, I'm sorry, but
I was-
this might be something good to send to Lori so that she could kind of ID and maybe put some of these key dates on her, whatever she
Yeah.
decides to put on.
I think she has this.
She may, but I think it's good to just to confirm.
and if you want, Gwen, just send it to me on an email, what you're saying.
all right.
It's
And,
better.
and
yeah.
if I can
And I
also,
can go over I can listen to the recording too and pick up what I missed.
and if I can also suggest that perhaps maybe if we have the questions, it appears that we have a few, send them to Renee so she can address them during her presentation.
Okay,
Okay.
So you don't need to read it now, in other words.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to review what I have and see if I missed anything.
You can just send it out to us so we can make
All right.
corrections if we see anything missed.
Anything else, anyone?
Those are the main things that I see when I look at it.
Well, take a look at the
What?
calendar, and if you have any other questions, make sure that they get circulated to John and Gwen.
I do have one other thing that John ought to be sure to ask or make sure of, which is what's expected in terms of the neighborhood council participation on April 1st.
That's true.
Sometimes they've not wanted our participation, other times they've wanted a certain number of volunteers from us, so we need to know ahead of time what's expected on that day.
got it.
Yeah, but of course, the candidates and the elected council members who are not campaigning this particular time are going to have different roles, clearly.
Diana, did we close off? Did the non-governmental close off? Did we get anything?
The non-governmental seat,
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I thought we had a deadline of November 5th.
that was the seat that we just,
That was the
Oh, that
extended
is.
one,
yeah.
Okay,
and that's
the-
what we're talking about.
okay.
And of course, Adam, the Reverend or Pastor, he also will be campaigning for the 2023 seat as well.
Yes, he'll have to run again.
Mhm.
Yeah, that needs to be clear to him if it wasn't.
And also, I got a reply back from him. He does go by, excuse me, pastor.
He does go by Adam?
Pastor.
He goes by Pastor Adam.
Adam, Pastor Adam.
So just for anybody who may need to use his name, the way he wants it on the agenda for his candidacy is Pastor Adam D. Stevenson.
Is there an abbreviation for pastor, just out of curiosity?
I believe there is, but off the top of my head, I can't guarantee the exact letters.
So he will be campaigning and he will have to fill out the application online
Yes,
as well, yeah.
just like everybody else.
Okay, anything else, anyone?
She's gonna, Gwen, are you gonna mail the copy of this to us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Abbreviation for pastor is either PR or PTR.
PTR. Huh.
A pastor abbreviated as PR or PTR,
Huh.
or PS for plural.
Huh.
PS.
Yeah.
For pastors. I think I'd rather spell it out.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've only seen it spelled out.
Yeah, I've never seen it abbreviated. My brother-in-law's a pastor. I've never seen it abbreviated.
Yeah.
I mean, if
couldn't
you
see.
have PS in your name, nobody would know what to call you. They say, hey, psst, psst.
Yeah. Adam,
Anything else, anyone?
Surprised it's quite a common thing to see. I've seen PR many a times and
Oh.
PTR.
Yeah. But I don't know why they put PS in there, but
Plural.
no,
It's a
plural, you're right.
postscript too.
Yes, well, you're right. You're right.
There is-
Plural.
I do have one other thought, and this is a thought for the outreach committee. Are you on that committee too, John? You
Yeah.
are. Something that we have done sometimes is we have done some kind of a survey that we've actually done at the polls. Trying to capture people's email, trying to find out what the issues are that are of concern to them in San Pedro. So you may want to think about whether or not outreach wants to do. What kind of outreach does the outreach committee want to do on election day? So you may want to think about that.
Okay.
Other times we've handed out something that lists all of the committees and saying, you know, are you?
Yeah.
But it's an opportunity to do that. Another thing we did one time, and I'll just throw this out when we actually were doing in-person elections. What reminded me of it when I saw her name was because the year she ran, we actually had a little booth where we had the candidates and people could come and talk to the candidates. and
Right.
Vote. So just some thoughts for the committee to think about.
That's good. We did that a while back. I remember that.
Yeah, I joined in on that.
Yeah, that's what'll be good. That way they can ask them questions directly and
There's some neighborhood councils do events that day. We did that one time we did an event. Some have done bringing in city departments, city services, so that people got information about city services and came for a city services fair and then voted. There's a variety of things that could be done to try to make it so that there was something going on that people wanted to come to when they were voting. That was one neighborhood council, I think, did like a high school art show. So
I mean, we should be doing.
best practices on that one. I'm sorry, Craig.
We should be doing more, you know, encouraging people to do the mail-in ballot. I mean, the ballots will be mail-in because they have to register. So we should be doing more outreach on that side.
I want to capture that properly. Craig, what was that again?
Well, our last election was all mail-in ballots and which went off very well. We had more participation than we've ever had. And I mean, it makes us much more approachable. So you know, there's ways of, you know, it's why I was saying, you know,
So go out into the neighborhoods and,
no, you can, you
No.
know, it's why posters and flyers
Yeah.
are much more effective in this because people see them
Right.
in places and they can find out what's going on. I mean, we can do things like QR codes so they can go right to the site and put in their applications. You know, it's not
steps.
real difficult to do an outreach for an election. When it's like, when we can get people basically anywhere to sign up for an election and get their paperwork to them.
Well, with that, I recall last time, there was a limit on how many applications, paper applications we were allowed to have. It was a very small amount because each neighborhood council, they had a,
It's paper.
right,
You can print a piece of paper anywhere you want, but you don't have to use what they're giving you. It's online. So most people have
Right.
phones nowadays. Most people know how to read QR codes. Especially the younger people that are, you know, it's real easy to do. It captures a population that is younger and can be more motivated that way.
right. I understand. But what I'm saying is for the older population, there was a limit and,
No, there
you-
was no limit to printing these things.
Well, we could always print more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Now, since we have time, I'll get with Lori and maybe we could put that on a newsletter too. To doing the mail-in ballots, so.
Well, the question is there another, usually we send out a second newsletter with all the candidate information, and that's when that would go in. So is there a plan for a second newsletter?
There's
I
money for a
don't-
second newsletter, is there?
I don't think so.
There's no plan for a second. But I mean, that's not to say that one cannot be.
Special-
But
Sorry, I apologize. But I remember that we were usually given additional budget or we reserved that year's budget for something like a special election elections newsletter. And that was something that always did occur. All of the candidates, their photos, their statements were in a newsletter, and it was a special election one. That's
Right.
very important.
Well, I'll get with them. I'll get with Lori and I'll get with Chris.
And if they could possibly be overprinted and placed in a couple of places like coffee houses or restaurants in the area.
We do have extras we're printing up and we're gonna pass them out. Yeah.
Great.
anything else? John, any last thoughts?
No, I have that, like I said, that application. I guess from what Naomi sent me, and I will send it to all of you.
Okay,
And then he needs to know an answer by the 28th of November. So if the board, we look at it and then we can bring it to the board and approve it. So.
Gwen, any last thoughts?
I'm just trying to get all of the stuff down. I think I've captured some of the ideas that Craig had.
Okay.
I got those well captured. They were
Cynthia?
good.
Cynthia, anything?
I have nothing more.
Craig, anything else?
He's muted.
Craig,
No, I don't have anything else.
Diana?
Nope. Have a good
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Victor, anything else?
No, I just sent the updated agenda with, well, I guess, yes. I just sent the updated agenda with Pastor Adams' name on it to Christina to be posted. So Hopefully it'll get to NC support to post today, since tomorrow everybody's closed, I'm sure.
Oh, and I do have one more question. Are we going to have any opportunities to be at any events in order to have a booth and promote some of these things?
Well, the only booth that we got right now is gonna be at Candy Cane Lane on December 2nd. But,
Okay.
you know,
I think
mean,
that's important.
that's basically, I've got 6 things lined up for the kids to, you know, to make ornaments, and that's basically it. There's not, you know,
Well, that's a good place to start activating with the campaign, asking, even doing a survey of what some of the issues are that, and have those applications.
well, let me find out from, you know, the YNO group. Let's see what they say.
Okay. So
All
I'll
right,
be
guys.
talking on that.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, then, with that said, it's 9:43. Without objection, I'd like to adjourn.
I object.
Then, Diana,
I withdraw my objection.
oh, I was gonna say that you could take as much time for your objection and
Yeah, you
call
can
us if
stay
you
on.
need us. Call us if you need us.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, thank
Yeah.
you very much for your time this morning. And Victor, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate your help there on that. And everyone else, thank you for all your input.
Everybody
And
have a great weekend.
we'll see you on Monday.
Don't
Yep.
forget to stop the recording
And
or leaving.
the recording has been, hey, where is it?
It'll stop automatically.
Oh, maybe it'd be appropriate since Cynthia and I believe Victor are both veterans. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very, very much so.
thank you.
Where'd it go here?
Very good. Absolutely. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's my father's birthday, and Veterans Day is well, it was today, but it's usually on the 11th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you to your dad.
Yeah, posthumously. He was in World War II, so he was always proud of having been born actually on Armistice Day, which was
My,
a day of peace.
my dad also, he was World War II, D-Day +1.
Yeah,
Yeah, my dad was there. He was one of the first guys, he was a master sergeant, and he was one of the first guys to land on Normandy.
mine was at the tail end and got wounded in Germany at the very end, and was still there. The Nuremberg trials were starting to be organized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of good stories there.
I'll share this with you. My dad's platoon was the first platoon in Germany as they were advancing. Then they got trapped behind the lines.
Wow.
Wow.
So anyway, guys,
All right,
good thoughts to you all. Take
Ray,
care.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. Bye-bye
Yeah,
now.
look at
I'll
that
get this
thing I
out.
sent you.
I
Thanks.
got a few more things to add, and then I'll send to everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.